Audrey Hepburn, 51, twice divorced, alone at a party. Someone speaks Dutch, her childhood language. She turns, sees a stranger. 8 minutes later, both crying. 13 years later, still together. It started with 2 words nobody else understood. Beverly Hills, California. Private residence. Saturday evening, April 12, 1980. 60 people. Invitation only, no press. Hollywood's version of intimate. Everyone successful. Everyone lonely. Everyone performing. Black tie, champagne, everything polite, everything hollow. Audrey Hepburn stands near window. 51. Simple black dress, pearls. She looks elegant, always elegant. But past the image is exhaustion. Exhaustion of being Audrey Hepburn for 51 years, of maintaining grace, of never letting masks slip. Recently separated, second marriage ending, Andrea Dotti. 13 years, too good, 11 struggling. Divorce not finalized, but separation complete. First marriage Mel Ferrer, 14 years. 27 years of marriage. 2 failures. At 51 starting over. Not sure she has energy to start anything. Across room. Robert Wolders, 45, tall, Dutch, born Rotterdam, actor. Supporting roles, married Merle Oberon. She died November 1979. 5 months ago. Still grieving, still waking, reaching for someone not there. He came to this party to leave the house, to be around people, to pretend life continues. He knows people here, as Merle's husband. Some respected it, some whispered. Age gap. He heard whispers. Merle heard them. They learned to ignore. But Merle is gone, and Robert is here, alone, holding scotch he has not sipped, making polite conversation, not really present, just performing man who is fine. Then someone mentions Audrey Hepburn is here. He looks, sees her across room, recognizes her immediately. Everyone recognizes Audrey Hepburn, but Robert sees something else, sees the posture, tight, controlled, the way she holds champagne. Both hands, like anchor. The way she smiles, polite, practiced, not reaching eyes. He recognizes that smile, wears same one. Smile that says, I am fine. Please do not ask how I really am. Someone walks up to Audrey, woman in red dress, actress. Robert does not know her name. The woman is talking. Audrey is nodding, listening, responding. But Robert can see, Audrey is not really engaged. She is performing engagement. There is difference. He knows because he does the same thing. You learn to perform presence when presence is too exhausting. You learn to smile and nod and say appropriate things while your mind is somewhere else. Anywhere else. Just not here. The woman in red leaves. Audrey is alone again. She takes small sip of champagne. Looks around room. Her eyes pass over Robert. Keep moving, then stop. Come back. She looks at him. For just a moment. 2 seconds, maybe. Their eyes meet, and something passes between them. Recognition, maybe. Not of faces. Of something else. Of shared understanding. Of 2 people in room full of noise who are both drowning in silence nobody can hear. Then, Audrey looks away. Turns toward window. Robert feels something shift. Not attraction. Not yet. Just awareness. Of another person in room who might understand what it feels like to be surrounded by people and feel completely alone. The producer, who is hosting the party, walks up to Robert, puts hand on his shoulder. Robert, how are you holding up? The question is kind, but Robert does not want kindness. Kindness makes it harder to hold himself together. I am fine, thank you. The answer is automatic. The producer nods. Wants to believe it. Easier that way. There is someone you should meet. You are both Dutch. You will have something to talk about. Robert does not want to meet anyone, does not want to talk, but he does not say this, just nods, follows the producer across the room. Toward the window. Toward Audrey. Audrey sees them approaching. Her expression does not change. Still polite, still composed, still Audrey Hepburn performing being Audrey Hepburn. The producer smiles wide. Too wide. Party host smile. Audrey, I want you to meet someone. This is Robert Wolders. Robert, this is, of course, Audrey Hepburn. You are both from the Netherlands. I thought you might enjoy speaking Dutch. Nobody else here can understand a word of it. He laughs at his own observation. Neither Audrey nor Robert laugh. They look at each other. Audrey extends her hand. Hello. It is nice to meet you. Her voice is soft, accented. British, but with something underneath. Something not quite British. Robert takes her hand. Gentle handshake. Hello. Nice to meet you as well. His voice is deeper, also accented, American but not quite. The producer lingers for a moment, waiting for conversation to start. When it does not, he excuses himself. Well, I will let you two talk. Enjoy. He walks away. Robert and Audrey stand in silence, awkward silence, neither wanting to make small talk, neither having energy for performance, but both trapped by social obligation to say something. Finally, Audrey speaks. In English. I understand you recently lost your wife. I'm very sorry. Her words are genuine, not performative. Robert hears the difference. Thank you. Yes, 5 months ago. Merle. He pauses. I understand you are. Separated. I am sorry as well. Audrey nods. Thank you. Yes. Recent. It is. Difficult. The word is inadequate. Difficult does not begin to describe it. But they are strangers. You do not tell strangers the truth. More silence. They both look around room. At other people talking, laughing, performing ease. Then Robert says something he did not plan to say. Says it in Dutch. 2 words. Ik ook. Me too. Meaning, I am also exhausted. I am also performing. I am also hiding. 2 words that change everything. He does not know why he says it. Maybe because she is Dutch. Maybe because speaking his native language feels like taking off tight shoes. Maybe because he needs to say something true and English feels like language of performance. Audrey's eyes widen slightly. Not much, just flicker of surprise. Then something else. Relief, maybe? She responds in Dutch. Ja, zeer uitputtend. Yes, very exhausting. Her accent is different from his. Softer. More refined, but unmistakably Dutch. The language of their childhood, the language they both left behind when they came to America. The language that still feels like home even when home is gone. Robert continues in Dutch. I only came because staying home felt worse. Audrey nods, responds in Dutch. I only came because I did not want to explain why I said no. They look at each other. Really look. For first time. Not seeing movie star and actor. Not seeing widow and divorcee. Just seeing 2 people. 2 Dutch people. In room full of Americans. Speaking language nobody else understands. And in that moment, the room changes. The noise fades. The crowd disappears. There is just this. 2 people speaking truth in language that feels like safety. They talk. In Dutch. For 10 minutes. Then 20. Then 30. They do not move. Stay by the window. Other guests walk past. Hear Dutch. Smile politely. Keep walking. Cannot join conversation. Cannot interrupt. Robert and Audrey talk about Netherlands. About childhood. About war. Robert was 4 when war ended. Too young to remember much. But remembers enough. Remembers fear. Remembers hunger. Audrey was 16 when war ended. Remembers everything. Remembers occupation. Remembers hiding. Remembers dancing in secret to raise money for resistance. Remembers eating tulip bulbs. Remembers watching people disappear. Remembers liberation. remembers joy so intense it hurt. They do not talk about Hollywood, do not talk about films, do not talk about fame, talk about real things, about surviving, about leaving homeland, about building life in country that is not yours, about feeling like stranger even after decades, about speaking English every day but thinking in Dutch, about dreams still happening in Dutch, about missing things that do not exist anymore. Netherlands of their childhood is gone. War destroyed it, rebuilt it, made it different. They cannot go home. Not really. Home is language. Home is memory. Home is this conversation. Time passes. They do not notice. People start leaving. Party winding down. The producer approaches, smiling. You two have been talking all night. Must have a lot to catch up on. They were not catching up. We're meeting for first time. But it feels like catching up. Feels like talking to someone who knows you. Not because they know your history, because they know the language your history is written in. The producer keeps talking. We are heading to the dining room for dessert. Will you join? Audrey looks at Robert. Robert looks at Audrey. Something passes between them. Unspoken agreement. They both shake their heads. Audrey speaks, in English now, back to performance. Thank you, but I should be going. Early morning tomorrow. Robert nods. Yes, I should go as well. The producer looks disappointed but does not push. Of course. Thank you both for coming. They walk toward door together. Not planned, just natural. Outside, cool night air. Valet brings their cars. Audrey's car arrives first. Small European sedan, not limousine, not driver, just her car. She drove herself. Robert is not surprised. She seems like someone who would want control over when she leaves. Who would not want to wait for someone else to take her home. She turns to him. Thank you for the conversation. It has been a long time since I spoke Dutch. It felt good. Robert smiles. First real smile in months. Yes, it did. Thank you as well. She opens her car door, then pauses. Perhaps, if you would like, we could have coffee sometime. Continue the conversation. She says it carefully, not flirting, not asking for date, just offering connection, offering friendship, offering language that feels like home. Robert hesitates, not because he does not want to, because he does, and that feels like betrayal. Merle has been gone 5 months. Is he ready? Is it appropriate? Will people talk? Then he realizes, people will talk regardless, and Merle would not want him to be alone. She told him that, in final weeks. Promise me you will not hide. Promise me you will live. Promise me you will let someone in. He promised, but promises are easier to make than to keep. He makes decision. Yes, I would like that. Coffee. Audrey smiles. Small smile, real smile. Good. I will call you. The producer can give you my number. She gets in car, drives away. Robert stands in driveway, watching taillights disappear, feeling something he has not felt in months. Not happiness? Not yet. But possibility. The idea that maybe life is not over. Maybe there is something after grief. Maybe he is allowed to feel something other than loss. 3 days pass. Robert thinks about the conversation, replays it, wonders if she will actually call. Wonders if he imagined the connection. Wonders if she was just being polite. Wonders if he should call her. But he does not have her number, and calling feels too forward, too eager, too much. Then phone rings, Tuesday afternoon. He answers. Hello? Female voice, familiar. Robert, this is Audrey Hepburn. We met Saturday, at the party. As if he could forget. Yes, of course. Hello? Silence, brief. Then she speaks. I wondered, if you are free, perhaps Thursday, for coffee. There is a quiet place I know. In Malibu. Away from everything. She sounds nervous. Audrey Hepburn sounds nervous. It makes her human. Makes the invitation real. Thursday works. What time? 2:00. I can meet you there? She gives him address. Small cafe, on the beach, not touristy, not crowded. He writes it down. I will be there. Good. I look forward to it. She hangs up. Robert stands, holding phone. Wondering what he just agreed to. Coffee with Audrey Hepburn. But it does not feel like coffee with movie star. Feels like coffee with someone who spoke Dutch, who understood exhaustion, who did not ask him to perform. Thursday arrives. Robert drives to Malibu. Small cafe, weathered wood, deck overlooking ocean. He is early, orders coffee, waits. At 2, Audrey walks in. Jeans, white shirt, sunglasses, hair down, no makeup, normal. Just Audrey. They talk. 3 hours, in Dutch. About marriages. Both failed. About loneliness. Audrey talks about turning 51, body changing. Hollywood worships youth. Feeling invisible. 2 divorces feeling like failure. Robert talks about Merle, about loving her, about people judging age gap, about losing her too soon, about guilt being here with Audrey. Audrey listens, then speaks. Merle would not want you alone, would she? Robert's eyes fill, first tears since funeral. No, she told me not to hide, but I do not know how. Audrey reaches across table, takes his hand. You do it anyway, because alternative is worse. Alternative is dying while breathing. They sit, hands connected, looking at ocean. Then Audrey speaks, voice quiet. I am 51, twice divorced. My body is not what it was. I have wrinkles, gray hair, my son's grown. I do not know if I have anything to offer. But I would like to try, with you. Robert looks at their hands, then at her face, sees real person. Not image, just Audrey, woman who survived war. Raised sons, failed twice, still willing. He speaks, in Dutch. When I look at you, I do not see movie star. I see woman who speaks my language, who understands grief, who is honest about fear. Yes, I would like to try. She smiles, real smile. Then tears start. Not sad tears, relief tears. Years of performing. Years of being alone, years of wondering if she would ever be seen. And here a stranger who speaks Dutch, who sees her, who wants to try. Her tears come. Robert sees her crying. His own eyes fill. Grief for Merle, fear of betraying her memory, hope that maybe life continues. Maybe he is allowed to feel again. His tears come too. 2 people. Coffee shop in Malibu, both crying. Not performing. Not hiding. Just honest. Just real. Just 2 Dutch people who found each other in City of Strangers. 8 minutes of conversation. Both in tears. Both understanding. Both finally seen. Audrey wipes her eyes, laughs through tears. I did not plan to cry today. Robert laughs too. Neither did I. They sit, crying and laughing. Ocean in front of them, past behind them. Future uncertain. But this moment, this honest moment, real. After tears stop, they sit in comfortable silence. Then Audrey speaks. I do not want to rush. I do not want to perform. Just honest. Whatever this is, can we do that? He nods. Yes, honest. No performance. They leave cafe, walk on beach, talking, laughing, speaking Dutch, English, mixing languages. Robert tells about Rotterdam, childhood, coming to America, finding happiness in small roles. In marriage to Merle, Audrey tells about Arnhem, ballet during occupation, starvation, becoming icon when she wanted to act. 2 marriages to men who wanted icon, not woman. Choosing to leave Hollywood, focus on sons, on UNICEF, sunsets, 5 hours together, feels like minutes. Robert walks her to car. Can I see you again? She nods. Yes, tomorrow. She laughs. Tomorrow is soon, but yes. They make plan, dinner, her house. She will cook. Nothing fancy, just real food, conversation, us. Robert agrees, drives home, feels different, lighter, like grief is still there, will always be there. But maybe there is room for something else too, for connection, for possibility, for Audrey. Tomorrow comes. Robert drives to Audrey's house, not mansion. House, modest, hidden. She answers door, simple dress, apron. I hope you like pasta. He smiles. I love pasta. They eat, drink wine, talk in Dutch mostly. She tells stories about Tiffany's, about Moon River, about Givenchy. Robert tells about working with Merle, about her demanding perfection, about her kindness, about her fear of aging, about promises made. Audrey listens, does not get jealous, just listens, honors his grief. After dinner, they sit on terrace. Audrey speaks. I am afraid of this, of us, of failing again, of being hurt, of people judging, of press, of being happy and then losing it. I do not know if I can survive losing again. Robert is quiet. I am afraid too, of betraying Merle, of moving too fast, of people saying I am replacing her, of not being enough, of age difference mattering later, of caring and watching you realize I am not who you thought. Audrey turns to him. What if we were just honest about all of it? Fear, doubt, grief, hope, just real? Robert nods. I would like to try. She reaches for his hand. He takes it. They sit, connected, scared, hopeful, real. Weeks pass. They see each other often. Always private. Always away from cameras. Always honest. They talk about everything, about their childhoods, their failures, their hopes, their bodies aging. Audrey shows him scars from appendectomy, from cesareans, from life. Robert shows her grief, raw and real. She does not ask him to hide it, to be over it, to move on. She makes space for it, honors Merle, never competes. 3 months in, press finds out. Photos, beach walk, holding hands, headlines. Audrey Hepburn's new romance. Robert Wolders, from Merle Oberon to Audrey Hepburn. Speculation, age gap, 6 years. Is it serious? Rebound, Audrey desperate, Robert opportunist. Gossip starts, familiar, cruel. Robert wants to respond, defend. Audrey stops him. Let them talk. We know the truth, but it hurts. Both of them. Judgment. Assumption their connection cannot be real, must be desperate, must be wrong. Robert considers ending it, to protect her. Audrey senses doubt, confronts it. Are you ending this because you do not want me? Or because you're afraid of what people say? Robert honest. I do not want you hurt. Audrey firm. I have been gossip for 30 years. I refuse to let gossip decide my life. I like you. I feel real with you. Do you want to lose it? Robert looks at her, sees strength, sees clarity. No, I do not want to lose it. She nods. Then we choose us. We choose honest. We ignore noise. They do. Choose each other. Despite gossip. Despite judgment. Despite fear. 1 year passes. They are still together. Stronger. Deeper. Real. Audrey finishes divorce. Robert processes grief. Not moving past Merle. Learning to carry grief while also carrying love. Both can exist. Do exist. Audrey understands. Has her own grief. 2 failed marriages, dreams of love that lasted. Accepting it did not. Building something new does not erase something old. Just means you are still alive, still willing. They decide to leave Los Angeles. Too much noise, too much performance. Move to Switzerland. Audrey's home, quiet, private, away from Hollywood. They buy house in Tolochenaz, small town, Lake Geneva nearby. Mountains, peace. They live simply. Garden, walk, cook, no staff, no glamour, just life. Audrey does UNICEF work. Robert supports, travels with her, sees her in refugee camps, sees her with dying children, sees her cry, sees her strength. falls deeper in love with real Audrey, not the icon, the human. Years pass. 1982, 1983, 1984. They are together, committed but not married. Audrey does not want marriage. 2 failures taught her. Marriage is contract, not love. They do not need contract. They have something better. Choice, every day choosing each other. Not obligation, choice. Robert agrees, does not need ring, does not need ceremony, needs her, has her. That is enough. 1990. Audrey is 61. Robert is 54. 7 years together. Stronger than most marriages. Deeper than most loves, built on honesty, on Dutch conversations, on shared grief, on acceptance of aging, on choosing each other despite age, despite history, despite gossip, despite fear. They choose each other, still, always. 1991. Audrey feels sick, stomach pain, finally sees doctor, tests, scans, cancer, colon, advanced. She tells Robert, in Dutch, Ik ben ziek, kanker. I am sick, cancer. His world stops. She stops him. I have time, not much, but some. Let us use it for love. 14 months, treatments, some help. Some do not, pain. Robert is there, always. Mornings he brings her tea, sits on edge of bed, speaks Dutch, tells her about garden, about letters from UNICEF, about small things, normal things. Because normal is what she needs when body is failing. Afternoons when pain is bad, he reads to her, in Dutch. Children's books from their childhood. Stories they both know. Words that sound like home. She closes her eyes, listens. His voice anchor in storm. Sometimes she falls asleep mid-sentence. He keeps reading, because his voice comforts even in sleep. Evenings when she is strong enough, they sit in garden. Her head on his shoulder, his arm around her. Not talking, just being. Listening to birds, watching sunset, holding on. She whispers in Dutch. Ik ben bang. I am scared, he whispers back. Ik ook. Maar ik ben hier. Me too, but I am here. And he is, every moment, every breath, every fear. He is there. Nights are hardest, pain worse, sleep impossible. She cries, not because of pain, because of leaving. Leaving him, leaving sons. Leaving work unfinished. He holds her. Does not tell her it will be okay, does not lie. Just holds her, cries with her, speaks Dutch. Je bent niet alleen. You are not alone, and she is not. Even in dying, not alone. December 1992. She is weak, thin, cancer is winning, they know. One night, she whispers, in Dutch, 13 jaar, niet lang genoeg. 13 years, not long enough. He cries. Elk moment was genoeg. Every moment was enough. January 20th, 1993. Morning, she dies in bed. Switzerland, their home. Robert holding her hand, speaking Dutch, telling her he loves her. Telling her thank you for 13 years, for choosing him, for being real, for home. Funeral is private. Family, close friends. Robert speaks, in English, but finishes in Dutch. Ze gaf me thuis toen ik verdwaald was. Ze gaf me liefde toen ik dacht dat ik er klaar voor was. Ze gaf me 13 jaar die ik nooit zal vergeten. She gave me home when I was lost. She gave me love when I thought I was done. She gave me 13 years I will never forget. After funeral, Robert returns to house. Their house. Everywhere he sees her. Garden, kitchen, terrace, bed where she died. Grief is different this time. With Merle, grief was shock. With Audrey, grief is expected, but no less painful. Because he watched her fade, could do nothing but hold her. Just love her, just be there. People ask if he will remarry. He is 57, still young. He considers briefly, then realizes he does not want to. 13 years with Audrey taught him love is not about duration, is about depth. He had everything that mattered. In Dutch conversations, in honest moments, in choosing each other. He dedicates his life to protecting her legacy. Oversees Audrey Hepburn Children's Fund, works with UNICEF, speaks about her heart, about dying children she held, about hope she gave. He tells truth, not Hollywood version. Audrey who was scared and brave, fragile and strong, icon and human. Decades pass. Robert never remarries, never publicly dates, lives quietly in Switzerland, in house they shared. Tending garden she planted, speaking Dutch to her memory, 2018. Robert is 82, still in Switzerland, still alone, still honoring Audrey. Documentary filmmaker interviews him. They set up cameras in his living room. Their living room, interviewer asks. What do you want people to know about Audrey? Robert thinks, then speaks. That she was real, not perfect, real, scared, brave. We spoke same language, not just Dutch, language of truth, language of, I am scared, and I choose you anyway. What did she give you? Robert's eyes fill, still cries when he talks about her. Home. I was Dutch boy who left Netherlands. Audrey spoke Dutch, and suddenly I was home. Not in place, in person. She was my home for 13 years. Do you regret anything? Robert does not hesitate. That we only had 13 years. But 13 honest years is more valuable than 50 years of performance. I would rather have 13 years of real than lifetime of pretending. Interview ends, cameras turn off. Robert sits in quiet living room. In house, he shared with Audrey. In home, they built with Dutch words and honest fear and choosing each other every day. He is 82. She has been gone 25 years. But he still speaks to her, in Dutch, still tells her about his day, still asks her opinion, still hears her voice in his head, responding, laughing, loving, still home. Legacy of their love is not Hollywood romance, is not grand gestures, is not what magazines wrote, is something quieter, deeper, more real, is two people who met at party, both hiding, both grieving, both terrified, who spoke Dutch, who chose honesty over performance, who built 13 years of real in world of fake, who proved that love at 51 is possible, that second chances exist, that third chances exist, that grief and love can coexist, that age gaps do not matter when souls connect, that marriage is not necessary when commitment is real, that Dutch conversations can be home, that choosing each other every day is more powerful than any vow. Audrey Hepburn and Robert Wolders. 13 years, thousands of Dutch conversations. One great love built on truth. Not Hollywood ending, better, real ending, that still echoes, that still teaches, that still proves. Love does not require youth, just honesty, just courage, just two people willing to be real, in whatever language feels like home.